Yes, that's correct. Great job. Let's try another one. Ni voyagis alla montoi pasin semaine.
Whew. Say it again.
Ni voyagis alla montoi pasin semaine.
Okay, so I sailed or traveled. I traveled to the mountains this weekend.
Close. It's we traveled to the mountains last week.
How do you say last week?
Last week in Esperanto is pasin semaine.
Pasin semane. How do you say last month?
Last month is pasint monate.
Okay, next.
Here's the next sentence. She ĝuis la feston hieraŭ.
She enjoyed the party or festival yesterday.
That's correct. Great job. Let's continue. Ili preparas manĝon en la kuirejo.
Okay, so they, say it again.
Ili preparas manĝon en la kuirejo.
They are preparing a meal in the kitchen.
Exactly. Well done. Let's do another one. Li skribis leteron al sia amiko.
He wrote a letter to his friend.
That's correct. Great job. Ready for the next one? Ni renkontiĝis ĉe la parko hieraŭ.
We met at the park yesterday.
Yes, exactly. Great job. Ready for another one? Mi aŭdis belan kanton matene.
So, matene, is that today or this morning?
Matene means in the morning.
So, I heard a beautiful song this morning.
Exactly. Great job. Let's try another one. La infanos ludas en la ĝardeno.
The children are playing in the garden.
Correct. Well done. Let's keep going. Ŝi rigardis interesan filmon hieraŭ vespere.
She saw an interesting film. Repeat the sentence.
Ŝi rigardis interesan filmon hieraŭ vespere.
Okay. She saw an interesting film yesterday evening, right?
Yes, that's correct. Great job. Let's continue. Ni babilis kun niaj amikoj dum la tuta tago.
Say it again.
Ni babilis kun niaj amikoj dum la tuta tago.
Okay, so you spoke or had a conversation with your friend. I don't know the last part. Repeat it.
Dum la tuta tago.
Throughout the day.
Yes, exactly. So the full sentence is, we chatted with our friends throughout the day.
Next. Next. So if you're watching,
Let's try it.
Practicing Esperanto. Esperanto is the world's auxiliary spoken and written language, and I'm practicing with I guess you could say it's a bot that I'm training, but it's really just ChatGPT. But it's super useful to practice languages. So, okay. Continue.
Sure. Let's keep going. Ŝi aĉos freŝan fruktojn en la marketa.
Hecho. She made something. Say it again.
Ŝi aĉetis freŝajn fruktojn en la bazaro.
Okay. She bought fresh fruit at the market.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
All right, here's the next one. Ili finis la laboron frue hodiaŭ.
Fruan. What is fruan?
Frue means early.
Okay, repeat the whole sentence.
Ili finis la laboron frue hodiaŭ.
Okay, so he finished his work early today.
Almost. The correct translation is, they finished the work early today.
Okay, next.
Here's the next one. La suno brilis dum la tuta tago.
The sun is shining through the day, something like that.
You're very close. It's the sun shone throughout the day.
Okay. Let's go into a nuanced topic. Let's talk about pirates.
Sure. Let's dive into a pirate-themed sentence. La pirato trovis tresoron sur la insulo.
Okay. The pirate found a treasure. What is the last noun?
Insulo means island.
Insulo? What is the language of origin for island?
Insulo comes from Latin, similar to the word insula, which also means island.
Okay. Next.
Here's another pirate-themed sentence. La shipo velis tra la furiosa maro.
Ooh. The ship is sailing through the ferocious sea. Would that be correct?
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Ferocious is really the word. What's the word for ferocious?
Furiosa translates to furious or ferocious.
Okay, next.
All right, here's the next one. La capitano ordonis al la shipanaro.
Shipanado.
Shipanaro means crew or ship's crew.
So the captain is giving orders to the crew?
Yes, exactly. The captain is giving orders to the crew.
Can you repeat the word for crew?
Shipanaro.
Does the ending, the suffix naro, is that consistent in Esperanto?
Yes, in Esperanto, the suffix aro denotes a collective group, like crew or collection.
Can you give me 5 examples of words that use that ending?
Sure, here are 5 examples. Garbaro, forest, a collection of trees. Omaro, humanity, a collection of humans. Bestaro, a group of animals. Flavaro, a bunch of flowers. Automovilaro, a fleet of cars.
Okay, next sentence.
Here's the next sentence. La pirato cachis la tresoron sub la sablo.
Okay, something about a pirate. What is the verb?
Cachis means hid or concealed.
Okay, so the pirate hid a treasure. Can you repeat the last part of the sentence?
Sub la sablo.
So under something. What is sabo?
Sablo means sand.
Okay, so the pirate hid the treasure under the sand, right?
Exactly. Well done.
Next.
Here's the next one. La skipo batalis contra la stormo.
Okay, 1 second. So if you just popped in the room, I am learning Esperanto, which is the world's written and spoken auxiliary language, and I'm using ChatGPT to help me. So that's what I'm doing. Continue.
La skipo batalis contra la stormo.
Skipo? What is skipo? Is that ship?
Skipo means crew.
Okay, repeat the whole sentence.
La skipo batalis contra la stormo.
Batalis. Is that sail? The crew is sailing through the storm?
Batalis means fought.
Fought. Okay, thank you. Next. Next.
So the sentence means the crew fought against the storm.
Okay. So, Mr. John Wathan, I believe. So, I give it several prompts. Really, what I do is I keep on going within the same conversation and I just refine it. So, if you look back at some of my first times doing this, it was really, really poor. So, I just say, give me intermediate level sentences in Esperanto for me to translate to English, and that gets the ball rolling. And then after you see an issue, point out the issue, and then it kind of learns what not to do. So a lot of times when I first started, I would ask it to repeat the sentence, and it would translate the whole thing for me, and it would kind of ruin it for me. Or I would ask it to translate a specific word, and it would translate the whole sentence. So the first 5, 6 times I did this, that was a common problem, and that's how you fix it. So yeah, you can pretty much tailor it to however you want to do it. And I'll say, let's go into a nuanced topic. So right now we're talking about pirates, and I can ask it to talk about like gardening. I'll try it right now. I'm not sure if you're still here. Let's go into a different topic. Let's talk about gardening.
Sure. Here's a gardening theme sentence. Ŝi plantis florojn en la ĝardeno.
She planted flowers in the garden.
Yes, exactly. Well done.
Next.
Here's another. Li akumis la plantoin.
Akumis. What is that, harvest?
Akumis means watered.
Watered, okay. So she watered the plants.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
How do you say harvest in Esperanto?
Harvest in Esperanto is rikolti.
Okay, a second. So, John, if you're still here, I'm curious what language you're learning. So, I've been learning Spanish for about a year and a half, and my buddy in Colombia, we've made 100 episodes called Escucha Orlando, and it was documenting this whole process. It was all foundational work for what we're still working on right now. We're making a universal sign language. That's our main goal. But we used ChatGPT to form pretty much all of our episodes. We made 100 of them like that in the first year, and we'll probably make another couple hundred this year. Continue.
La jardinisto rikoltis la legomoj.
Cool.
The gardener harvest. Let's try another. La semoj komencis ĝermi.
Okay. The seeds are starting to germinate.
Exactly.
Next.
Great job. La plantoj kreskas rapide.
The plant is growing fast.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
La jardinista está plena de coloro.
The garden. Whew. Say it again.
La jardeno está plena de coloroj.
The garden is full of color.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Okay. So you're one of the first people that I've come across on YouTube that actually has been learning Esperanto. So we're actually creating a universal sign language based on Esperanto. And I've heard tons of criticism about this idea, and I certainly understand the criticism and understand the flaws with my logic. But there's a lot of parallels in the way that sign languages are constructed, and we think it can be used as a tool to learn Esperanto. For example, how the way in Esperanto, they have like eho as an ending or a suffix for words, and that means a place. They do the same kind of thing in sign language. And we're kind of really addressing some of the criticism that Esperanto receives, being that it's Eurocentric, among many other things. And I believe that to be very true, but we believe that sign languages kind of have such a visually intuitive nature that it can kind of level the playing field when it comes to an auxiliary language. And when I first started this project, I went out to hundreds of people in my city, and I showed them words in Chinese, Mandarin, Arabic, and several other languages as well, and no one could identify a single word. But when I showed them signs like this one, and many others, they immediately could tell what that sign meant without having any exposure to sign languages ever in their life. And that's kind of what we're building off of to build a tool to learn Esperanto. Continue.
La floroj disvastiĝas en la tuta ĝardeno.
Vastujas. What is the verb?
Disvastiĝas means spread.
Okay. Repeat the whole sentence.
La floroj disvastiĝas en la tuta ĝardeno.
Okay, so the flowers are spreading in the garden.
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Let's talk about technology.
Sure. Here's a technology-themed sentence. Li programis novan aplikaĵon.
He programmed a new application.
Yes, exactly. Well done.
Next.
La computilo estas tre rapida.
The computer is very fast. Make these a little bit harder.
Sure. Here's a more complex one. La programisto solvis komplikan problemon en la kodo.
The programmer solved a complex problem in the application. I'm not sure of the last word.
The last word, kodo, means code.
Code, okay. Next sentence.
La tecnologio evoluas rapide.
Technology evolves quickly.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
She usas novan programon por designado.
She is using a new program for segment. What is the last noun? Segment?
Designado means designing.
Okay, so she's using a new designing program. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
All right. Can you suggest a couple more nuanced topics?
Certainly. How about discussing space exploration, artificial intelligence, or renewable energy?
Let's talk about renewable energy.
All right. Here's a sentence about renewable energy. La sun energía está grava fonte de renovable energía.
Solar energy is a good source of renewable energy.
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Next.
Ventomuelejoj produktas puran energion.
Say it again.
Ventomuelejoj produktas puran energion.
Okay. I know you're talking about wind energy. Can you repeat the sentence slower?
Sure. Ventomuelejoj produktas puran energion.
Okay. Maybe like strong winds produce a lot of energy. Is that right?
You're close. The sentence means wind turbines produce clean energy.
Okay. Wow. So it's super interesting that you say that. So my intention when I go back to New York City is to start the World Committee of Auxiliary Languages, and I really want it to be focused on an action-based committee. So much of the conversation around Esperanto and all the auxiliary languages is really just a bunch of debates and a bunch of talk, and so few people are taking real action. And I think people from the outside looking in, people that aren't familiar with auxiliary languages, they they look at the communities that we have as a whole, and it almost just looks like we have nothing decided, we don't have anything figured out, and I think that is a major weakness. And not to mention, I just think that right now, in 2025, is the most practical time in human history to pursue this. Auxiliary languages have been around for a long time, at least since the 1800s when Zamenhof created Esperanto. But for the vast majority of human history, it's just been impossible, and for the past decade, it's been impractical. But right now, it is absurdly easy and absurdly practical to pursue this goal collectively as a species, and we are going to put in the work to make that a reality. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Continue.
It's great that you're passionate about taking action on auxiliary languages and making them more practical and accessible. It's a significant endeavor, and creating an action-focused committee could definitely help bring more awareness and credibility to the cause. Now let's continue with another sentence. Ni usas un paneloin por generar energión.
Okay, we're using the sun for renewable energy, I think.
Close. The sentence means we use solar panels to generate energy.
What is the word for solar panels?
Sun paneloin means solar panels.
Okay, next.
La tecnología por reciclado estas pli bonijita.
Okay. You know, back on what you're saying, John, I think it's crazy that
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's wild that there hasn't been a unified, universal sign language yet. And there's a lot of talk or a lot of conversation, I should say, within the deaf communities about international sign and gestuno. But the reality is they haven't really been standardized very well, and they've kind of failed to take off as a true universal sign language, much like Esperanto or any other auxiliary language has failed to serve that purpose as well. But I tell you what, when I first started this project about a year ago, creating a universal sign language, I faced immense criticism. People were telling me they were going to sabotage my businesses, all kinds of stuff. And people just telling me I was unqualified, I was stupid, I was wasting my time. And they may all be right. But I like to be very, very concise about the one position that I have that I'm willing to defend, which is that universal or global communication is useful and that it's practical to pursue it. Everything else is just documenting work. And it's just putting execution behind the conversations that people have been having for decades. And that's it. But that's the only thing I'm willing to stand on and defend is that global communication is useful and practical to pursue. Everything else is just noise. Next.
Ni usas biomasan energion por heitado.
Okay, go into a different topic. Talk about travel.
Sure. Here's a travel theme sentence. Li voyagis al malsamaj land.
Okay. And if anybody that just popped in the room, what I'm doing is I'm using ChatGPT or a bot that I created to practice Esperanto, which is the world's written and spoken auxiliary language. And it's doing pretty well. I called it Bonkora, which means it's how we describe kind people or a kind person in Esperanto. Bonkora, good heart. Next.
Ŝi exploris novajn kulturojn.
She is exploring a new culture.
Exactly. Great job.
Next.
Ni malkovris belajn pejzaĝojn.
One more time.
Ŝi exploris novajn kulturojn.
No, the sentence after that.
Got it. Here's another one. Ni ĝuis la lokan kuirarton.
Okay, if you were listening, the last sentence had something to do with uncovering something, but I didn't know the noun.
The sentence means, we enjoyed the local cuisine. The verb ĝuis means enjoyed.
Next.
Li planis vojaĝon tra Eŭropa.
I planned to travel to Europe.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Let's talk about cooking and let's make the sentences a little bit more complex.
Sure. Here's a more complex cooking sentence. Ŝi preparis tradicion pladon usante lokajn ingrediencojn.
She prepared. Oh, okay, one more time.
Ŝi preparis tradicion pladon usante lokajn ingrediencojn.
She prepared a traditional dish using local ingredients.
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Next. Next. Next sentence.
Here's another cooking sentence. Li usis diversajn spicojn por krei unikan guston.
So I use diverse spices to make a delicious meal.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
Here's another. Ŝi bakis kukon por la festo.
She. Did you say bakis or bakas?
I said bakis, which means baked.
Okay, say the whole sentence again.
Ŝi bakis kukon por la festo.
She baked cookies for the party.
Close. The sentence means she baked a cake for the party.
What is the word for cookies?
Cookies in Esperanto is biskuitoj.
Okay, next.
Li fritis legomojn en la pato.
He is frying vegetables in the pan.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
La kuiristo kreis novan recepton.
The chef is creating a new recipe.
Yes, exactly. Well done.
Okay, next.
Ŝi spicis la supon per diversaj herbos.
Okay, give me a more, I don't know, go into a different topic. Pick a random one.
All right, let's talk about sports. Li trejnas por la maratono.
He is training for a marathon.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
Ŝi ludas tenison ĉiusemajne.
Okay. So something about she was playing tennis on that day, something like that.
The sentence means she plays tennis every week.
Every week. How do you say every week?
Ciusemaine means every week.
Okay, next.
Li partoprenas futbalkonan kursojn.
So he participates. Say it again.
Ni partoprenas futbalkonan kursojn.
So I am participating in a football course, something like that.
Close. The sentence means he participates in football classes.
Okay, next.
My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you?
Shikuras chumatene.
Okay. All right. Let's find a different topic. Give me a list to choose from.
Sure. How about these? Technology, travel, music, science, or history?
Let's talk about music. Give me sentences about music.
Sure. Music theme sentence. Li lernas ludi la gitaron.
He is learning to play the guitar. He is learning to play the guitar.
Ŝi komponas novajn kantojn.
So make sure you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Wow. So while ChatGPT is giving me problems now, I'll say this is the best it's been so far. I've probably done this about 5 or 6 times. Probably went about 20, 30 minutes before it started giving me problems. So it's doing better.
Yes, exactly. Well done.
Next.
You're doing great so far. Keep it up.
Give me another sentence. Give me more Esperanto sentences about history.
Sure. Here's a sentence. La urbo havas riĉan historion.
The city has a rich history.
Jarcentoj. Tie okazis gravajs eventoj.
Ooh, ancient artifacts, something about important events. You have to translate that one for me.
Sure. It means centuries ago, important events took place there.
Centuries ago? How do you say centuries ago?
Antaŭ jarcentoj means centuries ago.
How do you say ago specifically?
Antaŭ means ago in this context.
Okay, next.
Historio estas grava por kompreni la pasintekson.
Okay, history is important to understand. The last word, is that context?
The last word, pasintekson, means the past.
Okay. Did I translate the first part correctly?
Yes, you did. It's history is important to understand the past.
Okay, next. Next.
La museo konservas antikvajn objektojn.
The museum conserves ancient objects or old objects.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Make them a little bit more difficult.
Sure. En la pasintekso civilizacios floris ĉe riveroj por agrikulturo.
Jesus Christ. Okay, repeat it.
En la pacintexo, civilizacios floris cherriverois por agriculturo.
A little bit slower.
En la pacintexo, civilizacios floris cherriverois por agriculturo.
So in the past, ancient civilizations flourished with something. What's the last part? Just repeat it, don't translate it.
Cherriverois por agriculturo.
Something about rivers for agriculture? Go ahead and translate the whole sentence.
In the past, civilizations flourished near rivers for agriculture.
Okay. What is the word for near?
Che means near.
Spell it.
You're doing great. Let me know if you'd like to continue with more sentences.
Spell the word near in Esperanto.
Yes, che can mean near or at in Esperanto.
How do you spell it?
It's spelled C-H-E.
No. What is, the C has a little accent on top of it. What's it called?
That's called a circumflex. It indicates the pronunciation and is used in Esperanto orthography.
So it's not common that C and H together in Esperanto makes that sound. Are you sure that spelling is correct?
Yes, I'm sure. In Esperanto, the letter C with a circumflex, che, is pronounced like cha in English. It's a distinct letter in Esperanto.
Okay. So anyone that may be listening, I think ChatGPT made a mistake when it spelled it C-H-E, because usually that sound is just made with a C with a circumflex. So I think that's a mistake. Continue. Continue.
All right, let's keep going with more sentences or topics. Just let me know what you'd like to do next.
Just go into a nuanced topic.
Sure. How about we discuss environmental conservation?
Sure.
Here's a sentence. Yes, it means protection of natural resources is crucial.
Next sentence.
Reusi kaj recicli helpas redukti rubon.
Ruban. What is ruban?
Rubon means waste or garbage.
Okay. Repeat the whole sentence.
Reusi kaj recicli helpas redukti rubon.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm missing context. Go ahead and translate it.
It means reusing and recycling help reduce waste.
What is the word for reusing?
Reusi means reusing.
So that's the infinitive, reusi? Reusi?
Yes, reusi is the infinitive form, meaning to reuse.
Okay. So it wouldn't be reusas? Reusas?
Reusi is the base form, and reusas is the present tense form.
Why wouldn't you use that form?
In the sentence reusi kaj recicli helpas redukti rubon, we're using the infinitive forms reusi and recicli to convey a general statement.
Okay, next.
Energio eficaco reduktas energikonsumon.
Whew. Okay, one more time.
Energio eficaco reduktas energikonsumon.
So what type of energy?
The sentence refers to energy efficiency. Energio eficaco translates to
My
energy.
guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Yeah, just repeat the sentence.
Energio eficaco reduktas energikonsumon.
Energy efficiency reduces energy consumption, something like that.
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Next.
Conservado de aquo estás grave por la medio.
Conserving water is important for the environment.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Repeat the word for environment, medio, is that correct?
Yes, medio Medio means environment.
What's the language of origin?
Medio comes from Latin, where medium means middle or environment.
Is that a cognate in several other languages?
Yes. Medio is similar to medio in Spanish and medio in Portuguese, meaning environment.
Ambiente. That's environment in Spanish is ambiente. Something like that. Ambiente, right?
Yes, ambiente in Spanish also means environment or surroundings. It's another term used in that context.
Okay. Next sentence.
Planti arbojn helpas puriri la aeron.
Okay. Planting trees does something for the air. Repeat the sentence.
Planti arbojn helpas puriri la aeron.
What is the verb after plant?
Helpas means helps.
Okay. The last verb in the sentence.
Purigi means to clean or purify.
Okay, so planting trees helps to purify the air.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
Malpliigi carbonam piedsignon gravas.
Malpligi. Okay.
Malpliigi means to reduce.
So what does pligi mean? To increase?
Pligi means to increase or to enlarge.
Okay. Repeat the whole sentence.
Malpliigi carbonam piedsignon gravas.
So reducing our carbon footprint is important?
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
How do you say carbon footprint again?
Carbonan piedsignon is
Okay.
how you say carbon footprint.
Piet signon. Can you break down that word?
Piedsignon comes from piedo, meaning foot, and signo, meaning sign. So it's like footprint.
Wow, okay. Next. Next sentence.
Usimal pocas podomas.
By the way, if anybody happened to pop in, I am practicing Esperanto live with ChatGPT. I named the bot, quote unquote, that I created Bonkora, which means kind-hearted in Esperanto. And if you don't know, that is the world's auxiliary spoken and written language, and it's pretty cool. It's incredible. Continue.
It means using low carbon technologies is important.
Next.
Recicli materialojn reduktas poluon.
Recycled materials reduce pollution.
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Next. Next sentence.
Redukti consumon de plasto gravas.
Reducing plastic waste or consumption is important.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Okay, go into a different topic.
Sure. Let's discuss space exploration. Astronautos exploras la universon.
Astronauts explore the universe.
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Make them a little bit more difficult.
Astronautos usas telescopioins por observar malproximain galaxioins.
Astronauts use telescopes to explore or to observe distant galaxies.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
Spats misiois celas malkovri novain planedojn.
One more time.
Spats misiois celas malkovri novain planedojn.
What is the first word, the noun?
Spats misiois means space missions.
Okay, repeat the whole sentence.
Spats misiois celas malkovri novain planedojn.
Okay, space missions uncover something. I'm missing context. Help me.
Spats misiois celas malkovri novain planedojn means Space missions aim to discover new planets.
Okay. So, discover. You used the word malcubres, which is to uncover. Is that right?
Discover in Esperanto is malkovri, which means to uncover or discover.
Okay. Next.
Cosma explorado estás plena de misteris.
Space exploration is full of mysteries.
Yes, that's correct. Great job.
Next.
Cosma explorado malferlas novain horizontoins.
Say it again.
Cosma explorado malfermas novain horizontoins.
Okay. Space exploration opens something. What is the last part of the sentence? Repeat it, but don't translate it.
Malfermas novain horizontoins.
Opens new horizons. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. Great job.
Next sentence.
Technologiae progressoi ebligas plibonigi spacvojaĝojn.
Okay. Technology. Say it again.
Technologiae progressoi ebligas plibonigi spacvojaĝojn.
Technology is progressing. What is obligas? What is that verb?
Ebligas means enables or makes possible.
Say it again slower and say it again.
Technologiae progressoi ebligas plibonigi spacvojaĝojn.
Enabling more space missions. I definitely need help on this one. Translate it for me.
It means technological advancements enable improving space travel.
Okay. Next.
Spacvojaĝo postulas avanzajn teknologiojn.
Space travel allows us to improve technology, something like that.
Spacvojaĝo postulas avanzajn teknologiojn means space travel requires advanced technologies.
Okay. So that's about all I got for the evening. I'm done learning Esperanto. But I pretty much like to stay consistent with my only true argument, which is that global communication is useful and it is practical to pursue it. And I'm just documenting work. Thanks for watching.